Item Number SCP-5747 Object Class Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. Foundation watchdog algorithms are to monitor the flight records of licensed pilots involved in civilian and/or military aviation. The number of unique aircraft flown by each pilot is to be recorded by the system as it iterates through flight personnel. Should the statistic approach the threshold necessary to activate SCP-5747's effects, the offending individual is to be revoked of their piloting license and retired from employment. In the event that SCP-5747 occurs successfully, the airspace within a 50-kilometer radius of the affected person is to be cleared of air traffic. Civilian witnesses in the vicinity of the area are to be apprehended and anesthetized. At the conclusion of the anomaly's effects, the affected subject must undergo amnestic treatment, as well as the implantation of false memories to justify their subsequent retirement from the aviation industry. Description: SCP-5747 denotes an anomalous phenomena that manifests in individuals licensed to operate aircraft. These individuals must meet the following criteria in order to trigger its effects: more than 100 unique models of aircraft flown throughout the span of their piloting career. This criterion includes all forms of manned aircraft, including civilian airliners, military jet planes, and space shuttles. The specifications for what constitutes a unique model of aircraft appears to be dependent on the manufacturer's internal cataloging system. Possession of a valid piloting license that is legally recognized by the individual's local aviation regulatory body. Aircraft models that are flown without a valid license do not count towards the first criterion. Within 24 hours of meeting these two conditions, the subject will experience the onset of SCP-5747's effects and begin levitating upwards. Any attempts to impede this ascent will invariably fail, as the subject will pass through any solid objects blocking their path. The velocity of this upward movement increases at a geometric rate and levels out to a constant speed as the subject rises above the cloud layer. As the affected individual enters the stratosphere, the atmospheric particulate in front of the subject will coalesce into enormous letters. These formations spell out the names of notable figures in the aviation industry, ranging from early aircraft inventors to modern aerospace engineers. More than 2,000 names appear during this phenomenon, materializing in vertical succession as the subject floats through the atmosphere. At various points during SCP-5747, large humanoid entities will briefly appear in front of the subject. These figures measure up to 5 kilometers in height and resembles the leaders of contemporary aerospace corporations from the torso up, terminating below the upper chest. Spectroscopic surveys reveal that they are primarily composed of rarefied vapor and other aerosols found in cloud formations. After manifesting, these entities will make eye contact with the subject and gesture in approval, typically with a smile or a nod, before slowly dissipating. In rare cases, the entities will produce a vocalization in lieu of a physical gesture. Examples of these vocalizations include "Good work," "Give him hell, tiger," "We're proud of you." All attempted communications have yet to be reciprocated, suggesting that these manifestations are non-sentient. After reaching an altitude of 40 kilometers, the subject would decelerate until they are hovering in place. At this point, a crowd of human figures, identifiable as the subject's friends and families, will manifest around them. These entities do not respond to external stimuli and do not perform any actions besides clapping loudly and staring at the subject. Shortly after their appearance, a large set of text will materialize in the distance. This text reads, "Congratulations! Thank you for flying with us. We love you." After 30 minutes have passed following this message, the subject will fall unconscious and then disappear. Affected persons typically wake up in their place of residence after an SCP-5747 event. All previous subjects recount experiencing a feeling of pride and accomplishment after regaining consciousness. They also report finding a $500,000 check converted to the subject's local currency on their person and an airplane-shaped trophy in their domicile. Subjects have also reported gaining an implicitly understood ability to requisition a gold-plated aircraft from any airplane manufacturer of their own choosing. Subsequent testing has shown that these requests are universally honored, with little to no skepticism regarding the validity of the order. Author's note. Hello, reader. Last week, a good friend of mine passed away. He was found in the river near the famous bridge where lovers cross, and his body was left to decompose for several weeks. He lived a solitary life, and his body was not found for a long time. It was the worst feeling of my life. When I saw his face in the coffin, I felt an invisible hand penetrate me and grasp my lungs. Over the next few days, the fingers deep inside me slowly twisted. Surely, the only way to escape this loneliness is to become addicted. So, I encourage all readers to adopt a vice today. Cigarette and alcohol are great, but they may be illegal in your area. Anything is okay. Please try to put these ideas into practice today. Thank you.